Hey you guys, it's your girl Shantora. Oh my god. So, as you all know, I've been doing my own nails. I know this is like so random, like it has nothing to do with this video. But I've been doing my own nails and this is how they look. And I'm just like getting better and better and better. And I'm just so excited about that. So not like it's important, but anyways, so before I continue this video, please put a big thumbs up. I'm all about trying to motivate people, self-help, just kind of getting you on the right track. And then some stories are a little bit just, I'm into, home remedies. So you might see that from time to time, or you might see story time where I'm just explaining things that I went through in order for you to be able to know maybe how to navigate it, maybe if you were to hit that issue. But anyway, so big thumbs up, like, share, subscribe. So anyways, today I wanted to talk about, the importance of, sometimes when people have mental health issues, anything, sometimes you're lacking things in your body, and I thought about that this weekend because I was so irritated. I started to get back into I'm a human being, you know what I mean? So I started to get back into my little funk where I like start thinking negative and start finding negative. And, as far as laws of attraction is concerned, whatever you're, searching, you shall find, seek, the door shall open. So when you are looking for things, bad things, you will find them. If you are looking for good things, you will find them. It will give you evidence of it, okay? So, and I haven't been thinking about this like this in a long time, but recently I was thinking like this because, I wasn't sure at first. I was like, okay, maybe my period's about to start, because I know sometimes I start getting kind of cranky and whatever, moody and stuff like that when my period's about to start. Anyway, so my period did end up starting like maybe a couple of days after it was like I started being irritated on like a Thursday, and Sunday was okay actually, but Thursday, Friday, Saturday, it was just like this. And I was like, I am not, in tune. I need to meditate. I need to, and I was meditating and I was doing things. I wasn't doing everything that I normally do because I meditate, I pray, and then a lot of times I'll do like a workout or something like that. So anyways, so it occurred to me that my issue was probably the fact that I am anemic, and I'm anemic. I was dehydrated. I wasn't really eating a lot. I wasn't really sleeping a lot. So one thing with mental health and mental issues is sometimes it's something that basic. So sometimes you need to really look at yourself and be like, hey, have I worked out this week? Have I drunk water this week? Have I eaten this week? Have I, rested this week? Like sometimes your body's going to go into overload and you're going to feel overwhelmed. You're going to have your anxiety, your depressions, your, all that negative stuff. Sometimes if you're not taking care of your body. So, I was like, let me take my vitamins, you know what I mean? Because, I think that sometimes we can have deficiencies. We can have, deficient in calcium, magnesium, iron, a lot of different things, so sometimes literally just taking some vitamins, drinking some water, and getting rest sometimes will put you in a good mood. So sometimes try to think about what you're doing. Self-help is always, in order to self-help yourself, it's always important to take a look in the mirror and say, what have I been doing? Why do I feel off? And sometimes it's harder than easy to try to pinpoint what's going on, or why you're feeling a certain way, or why you're angry, or why you're upset, or what's pissing you off, and to try to figure out. Remember, you cannot, if you're connected to God, you cannot blame other people for your issues. You can't be like, oh, because this person said this, because no one should ever make you feel any type of way. You should always be in control of your feelings and your emotions at all times. Yes, you might be a little upset, and ultimately you have to do a reflection on yourself and be like, oh, well, you know what? I shouldn't even care about what they think. I have God to tell me how I should be and feel and think and whatever. I have, you have yourself, you have that self-talk. Like, hey, I know I'm pretty. I know my hair looks good, or whatever. I don't know. I'm just giving examples here, but don't let people, let you feel like, oh, well, they're right. I need to, whatever. No, you need to take a look in the mirror. You need to reflect on what you've done this week, this month, however long it's been, and what has changed in your life. And then also, you have to understand that just because someone did or said something, it has nothing to do with your mental state. The mental state is you. You know, I think that Kevin Hart said this perfectly, or was it Cat Williams? Cat Williams, I think. He was like, you know, self-esteem. They're like, hey, well, he messed up my self-esteem because he did this. Self-esteem is self-esteem. It's your self-esteem. People go through a lot of things sometimes and they don't blame, oh, well, this person did this to me, so now I'm hurting. But you can hurt. It's just that you should not be engulfed in it and create it, you know, that person's problem, that you felt some type of way about their actions. You should always feel you should always self-reflect in every instance in your life. So I just kind of wanted to put that out there because I just feel like self-reflection is so important sometimes. You know, sometimes I'll look at my boyfriend and if he pisses me off, I'll be like, you know, God loves him. I have to love him. I have to, you know, not see him as someone who's causing issues in my life, but see the positives in him. And like I said, when I've seen the positives in him or anybody, more positive manifests. But when I'm like, oh, it pissed me off today. Oh, they said this, now they said that. And then it just becomes this trickle effect. And then everything pisses you off. And it just keeps showing you more and more evidence that this person is doing this, this, and that. Versus when you're thinking about them in a godly sense of, oh, they're a beautiful person, you know, they're this and they're that, and the greatest of light. And then I feel like those great things start to manifest themselves more. And sometimes I have to catch myself and be like, okay, I need a break. I need to sit down somewhere. I need to go meditate. I need to whatever. But this week, I actually realized that my issue was more so self-reflection. I needed water. I needed sleep. I needed my vitamins. I have, you know, this rod in my arm, birth control rod. And they say that it, you know, it makes you, you know, deficient in calcium and your magnesium. And I also already have issues with my iron levels. So I concluded that that was the issue. I needed the sleep, the water, the pills, vitamins. Once I did all that, then I was like, oh my God, I felt good. Okay, so it wasn't this person's fault or it wasn't this circumstance. It was me. You know, you are always in control no matter what anyone does. You can always, you know, move past that, you know. I even had an instant this weekend where, you know, I had someone doing petty things and I feel like they're kind of too old to be doing that for their age. And I just feel like, you know, like they're mad at me or hate on me or I'm not sure what the problem is. And, you know, I kept on, okay, you know, this person's loved by God. Let me pray for this person. You know what I mean? Let me try to write a list of positive attributes in this person. And this person was nice to me and sweet to me and stuff, but they were trying to be petty. And I just tried really hard to focus on more of their best attributes. And I feel like at the end of it all, after the weekend was over, it was a long weekend. After the weekend was over, then I was able to be like, you know, I got satisfaction out of the situation. When at first it was a petty situation and I was able to manifest it in the right direction and turn it into a positive situation for myself. You know, I'm not sure how the other person feels, but ultimately it does not matter. Nobody, like I just explained, I know I keep going over and over in the same patterns, but no one should ever be in that much control of you, because then you're saying that what they're thinking or what they're doing is the truth. And if you don't think that, if you don't believe that they are, you know, they know everything about you and that their words are legitimate, then you need to let it go and focus on yourself. Always do the inner work. Don't reflect outwards, reflect inwards first. What am I doing about, why is this situation happening to me? How am I manifesting this in my life? Why is this person mean to me? Why am I attracting mean people? Why, you know, you have to ask yourself, what's going on? What can I do? How can I change this? How can I flip this around? And a lot of times, you guys, it has a lot to do with self-reflection, looking inwards, and then also acknowledging that nobody matters, you know, with their opinion of you. Now there's constructive criticism, but then there's also just a flat out like opinion that anyone can have. And people are going to always feel like you're the best person in the world. Love yourself. Think that you're the best person. Move forward. Move on. If you have to eliminate people, do it. But You guys got it, okay? I'm not going to say anything else today about that, but you get the gist. Take your vitamins, drink your water, try to rest, okay? Do the basics first. And if the basics don't work, self-reflection. Let's see why, you know what I mean? And then from there, get back on track. I was able to do it, and it took me let's see, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So it took me 3 days to get back on track. It happens. We're human beings. We're not going to always be perfect and always stand in lights. We're going to sometimes fall. But the thing with falling is that you're always able to get back up. Nothing stays the same forever. You're going to be able to do better, to feel better, to be in a better headspace. So I hope you guys have a good night, and I love you. Mwah.